Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's that time of the week. Got a new Cardfight Vanguard video for you guys today, and today we're going to be talking about the Destined One Protection Alden. So, straight up, I'll be real with you guys. Looking at Alden's new support that got announced, I don't like majority of it. I'll explain why as we go through the cards, but I will say the cool thing about Alden is that unlike Levy Dress and Equilibra, he is completely non-xenophobic, where those two decks you kind of have to run their specific support. Alden gels not only with the support he has, the old Alden support, and all the generic support for Keter Sanctuary. So this deck is very, very freeform. It's also kind of a complicated deck as far as like the order you're going to attack and what you're going to call over, the bounces. Like, it takes a little bit to get used to. I would say that so far this is the hardest Destined 1 deck to pilot. But if you guys like this kind of content, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's go talk about the support and then find the game. So up first we have our ride line. Obviously we got our new starter. Grade 1, a Knight of Heavenly Sao Tranquilla. If you guys saw my episode review, I nailed most of the effects. Some of the costs I was a little off for. This one was one that I missed half of it because I didn't know that this was going to be part of it. But when this unit's rode upon by Everlasting Sky Knight Studios, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to one grade 2 or greater card from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. If you do not reveal a card, energy charge 2. For 1, it's free. For 2, I have missed on that effect, but that energy charge 2 is really nice because this deck does use a lot of energy, mostly because of this card, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. Everlasting Sky Knight Studios, when this unit is rode upon by grade 3 with Alden in its card name, so you can use it with either Alden. Soul Blast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to one grade 3 or less card from among them, call it to rear guard, shuffle your deck. Basically, you just get to call a guy. It does cost a Soul Blast. This deck does Soul Blast like crazy. I didn't realize how much until we actually started playing with it. And I kept on running out of soul, so we had to change it up quite a few times. We spent like a good 3 hours messing around with this deck, trying to figure it out. So, Destined One Protection Alden. So it has a continuous skill. When a card would be called by this unit's ability to a rear guard with a unit already on it, return the unit that was already on it back to the hand instead of putting it into the draw. So basically, if you call over a dude with one of Alden's skills, you get the card back to hand. Great for abusing on-place skills and for rearranging your board. I have abused this skill once I've actually got the hang of how it works. It does take some prior planning. It is a little bit weird. When this unit attacks, Counterblast 1, draw a card. Choose up to one card from your hand, call it to rear guard until the end of your opponent's next turn. It cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects. And it gets 10,000 power. That's a gimmick of Alden's, is that the units can't be retired by card effects. While that is good, I wish they just couldn't be targeted altogether, because there's still so many decks out there that can just not care about retiring the rear guards. They can bind them. They can lock them like with Messiah. They can still be dominated by, so it's like, if this deck had, they can't be targeted as a skill, it would be a lot stronger, and honestly it would help change up the meta. But they made this too balanced, just like they did with the Equilibra, where I said Equilibra's damage should negate triggers altogether rather than just a minus 10k power, but they wanted to keep them balanced. Just feels a little overbalanced, you know what I mean? Divine Skill. Soul Blast 1, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 cards from among them, call them to rear guard. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, they cannot be retired by your opponent's card effects. Shuffle the deck. Okay, Divine Skill. Divine Skill is an easy top 7 for 2 dudes. That is actually a lot better than I thought it was, because I thought this Divine Skill felt a little lackluster. A couple things about this Divine Skill. 1, you can use it whenever the fuck you want. As soon as you get to grade 3, you can wait a couple turns, whenever, because it doesn't care about the grade of your opponent's Vanguard or anything else. Just once you get to grade 3, you can do it. If you already have 2 dudes on the board, you can call over those 2 dudes, then add them back to your hand and then reuse them. It makes the combos really, really interesting. Like, for example, there's a grade 2 for old Alden support, this guy right here, Ermac. When he gets called, gains 5k. When he gets called by Vanguard's unit's ability, by your card's ability, he gets 15 instead of 5, so he's a huge beater. I was actually using him for early game pressure. Then I use Alden's Divine Skill, called over him to add him back to hand to then use him during the battle phase on the following turn. He's actually like a really solid card. This is another new card they got. It's basically the Mind Hacker clone. If your Vanguard's with Alden, it's the card name and a Divine skill, plus 5k power, plus 5k shield. Not really a fan of this one. Next up, we have Heavenly Defense Dragon, Wedge Effluence Dragon. When I first read this card, I thought it was really, really bad. I didn't like it, but it turns out it's pretty good because of the fact that this deck burns through Soul really, really easily. During the battle, this unit boosted. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Alden in its card name, this unit gets 5,000 power. When this unit boosts a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Alden in its card name, Soul Charge 1, and this unit gets 2,000 power until the end of that battle. That Soul Charge is a big deal because, like I said, you burn through a lot. Knight of Skyflow's Gelment. When this unit intercepts, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Alden in its card name, this unit gets 20,000 shield until the end of that battle. It's a 25k card. It's good, but I have problems with it. We'll talk about that in a second. This is Heavenly Blade of Liaison, Razionel. I hope I said that right. Auto Rearguard. When your other unit is placed on the rearguard circle, this unit is on by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Alden in its card name. That unit gets 10,000 power until the end of that turn. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Soul Bless 1, choose one of your other rearguards and stand it. So, the way this thing actually facilitates your combos is you're going to attack with Alden. Well, you'll attack with both rearguards. You'll attack with Alden. You will counter blast 1, draw a card, call over this thing. The card you call gains 10k from Alden. This returns to your hand because of Alden's skill. Now the card that called over this gains another 10k because of this, and then you can Soul Bless 1, stand another rearguard, so you end up with a 5 attack turn. This deck consistently gets 5 attack turns just about every single turn. We do have an order, though this card is also very play this if you have a Vanguard with Alden in its card name and a Divine skill. Choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets, when this unit attacks, choose up to one card from your hand, call it to rearguard until end of turn. So basically, you're giving Alden a double version of his skill. Sounds great, burns up a lot of counterblasts. And there's better cards that don't require you to run another shieldless card. So, while I like the ride line, oops, I just got rid of Wafting. Oh. While I do like the ride line, as far as the actual support for Alden, the only cards I actually vibe with, I don't like Wafting Owl. It's just, it's an okay booster, but it does nothing to actually help you facilitate your gameplay. Wedge Fluence Dragon is good because it helps you keep your soul. While people are enjoying Gelmelt, I think this card is booty butt cheeks. The 20k shield is cool, but it does nothing to help you finish the game. It actually reduces your numbers, but to use this card because it doesn't gain any power on its own. And besides the big defense, it's just such an easy target. Either your opponent's going to poke at it with a 5k guard. It can get locked. It's like there's so many ways around this card for a lot of decks that it's just like, especially in this meta, this card is just not good. Razionel is fire. This card is dope. And this card is just too expensive. You're already running 7 grade 3s. Running that, you have to run 9, 10, maybe even 11. And it's just, you don't always have the shield for that. But these two cards are absolutely fuego. So I'm going to show you guys my build real quick. And then we're going to go jump into and find a game. So this is the build I came up with after playtesting on stream. We went with fronts because the deck does have a decent amount of draw power once you start going. Valnut was the best overtrigger for it. We tried actually the yellow overtrigger, which was cool, but it just doesn't do enough to help you finish the game. With a 5 attack deck, plus being able to wipe your opponent's board and draw cards, it was good, but this gives you another huge ass attack. So it turns a 5 attack deck into a 6 attack deck. This is the card I was talking about. This is an older Alden support card. It's a grade 0. During your turn, if you have a Vanguard with Alden's card name, it has +2, so it's basically a grade 1. When your other unit is placed on the rearguard by your ability of your Vanguard with Alden's card name, you can counterblast 1, choose one of your other rearguards and stand it. Basically, you use Alden's skill to call out a dude. This lets you stand a rearguard, so you have your 5 attacks. So between this and Razionel, you will always have your 5 attacks. We're playing Sergeon because he's broken. Gargeon because it's countercharged. We have a unit with the Divine skill, super easy. And then, of course, we have our order package for early game and for mid game. Do have to be a little bit careful because we did make it lean a little more into the counterblast, soul blast side. So we have to keep our soul charges, especially with Teth Fault, and we have to be mindful of our counterblast to make sure we can maintain our attacks. But the deck's done pretty well, and I'm excited to show you guys. So enough from me. I've talked enough. Let's go find a game. All right. We got a game, and we're going first. I'm gonna send a bunch of these back because we want to try and draw into our early game cards. Actually, we'll get rid of the whole hand. And yeah, that was a good idea. So let's go. Let's see who we're playing against. Okay, we're playing against some form of Brant Gate. So we'll draw. Oof. I guess we're getting rid of the doggo. Ride grade 1. And pass. Alright, let's see what we're actually playing against. Ooh, Welshja. This will be a fun test. Actually, we have a massive advantage here because you can't retire our rear guards. We're going to no-guard this because we have our order. Boop. Alright. Draw. I kind of want to keep this. Especially since we went first. Yeah, we're going to get rid of the trigger. Especially since we went first. I'll explain why we want to keep the grade 0 in a second. We're going to use our grade 1 skill. So we check top 5 for a grade 2 or greater. What's cool about this is that the order is a grade 2. It says grab a grade 2 or greater card. So you can just get a dude. You can, if you top deck into the order, you can actually just add the order to hand if you don't already have it. So that's pretty cool. But we're going to play this. I'm going to draw 2. I should probably show you the main phase. We're going to call Teth Fault and Sergeon. And then skill of Teth Fault. Soul Blast 1. Check top 5. Ooh. Choose up to 1 card with a grade less than equal to your Vanguard from them. Call it if it is a unit, and if it put it to your hand if it's a normal order. I guess we'll just add the order to hand because I don't want to call any of that. Oh wait, I lied. I know why. So we're gonna actually do this. We're gonna call the perfect guard because we can get the perfect guard back when we use Alden's skill. And then we'll call the other Selgon. Alright, now we're going to go to battle phase. So we're going to swing Vanguard. He's probably going to guard this one. Yep. Because this is a 23 and the other one's a 19. So we'll use this skill. Top 2. Oh, get that Persona Ride. Bomb deck to heal. Swing. Alright, skill. Retire. Top 2. I kind of think this time I should get the heal since I haven't. We'll just take the. We're going to just take the damage they hit us with anyway. So we'll add Selgie on the hand, bomb deck the other heal. So the reason I want to keep this grade 0, even though we ended up drawing into another one, this unit doesn't care about what my opponent's grade is, as far as what I can do with it. So when your other unit is placed on rearguard by the ability of your Vanguard, choose by the ability of your Vanguard with Alden in this card name, counterblast 1, choose one of your rearguards and stand it. Because this doesn't care what our grade is, what our opponent's grade is, we're allowed to use this even with our opponent at grade 2, which means, sorry about that, which means with this card we can get 5 attacks even if we went first. Whereas Razeonel requires our opponent to be at grade 3. So, yeah, cool guy stuff. Miscommunication with the opponent. I actually want to swing Vanguard. That is fine. Alright. Draw. Alright, so we're going to have to play a little weird here since he gave us no counterblast. So what we're going to do is we're going to discard one of the grade 0 since we already have one. We're going to ride. We're going to Soul Blast 1, use our grade 2 skill. Check top 5. Call Razeonel. Shuffle the deck. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. So now we get to Energy Blast 4. Draw a card. We're gonna use our divine skill. So we definitely want to use the divine skill because our opponent is going to be trying to retire our stuff. So we're gonna Soul Blast 1. We're gonna check top 7. We got Tet Fault. Do we want to call Tet Fault? Yeah. So we're gonna call over this. We'll call Selgaon. We're gonna add this to hand. And then we're also gonna call I kinda wanna call Ermac. Yeah, we'll call is that what I want to do? Sorry, I'm just thinking it through. Like I said, this deck takes some brain power. We're not gonna be able to call out Razion now. You know what? No, we'll call over Razion now. And we'll add Razion on the hand. And then shuffle. So now this thing gains 10k power from Razion now and 15k from itself. Because that card's insane. We're gonna move Selgaon back, so we're gonna get rid of Selgaon. The only card we're gonna end up losing next turn is another Razion now, which is fine, because we already have another one to replace it. And we're only at 1 damage, so unfortunately we didn't get our counter charge grade 1. I didn't expect him to do no damage to me turn 2, but that's fine. We're gonna go battle phase and we're gonna swing. So since we can't get 4 attacks or 5 attacks this turn, we're just going for big damage. Twin Drive, critical, power here, critical to Vanguard. Second check, another Alden. Oh, all right, it happens. We'll swing. Actually, yeah, we'll swing. Selgaon skill, top 2. We're gonna add the PG to hand. Bomb deck the heal trigger. Swing. Skill. How much shield do we have? Not much at all. I'm trying to think of how much we're actually going to be using here. I feel like I should probably grab the trigger. Just because you never know. I know it's well strung. He's probably going to reduce a bunch of my power and all that, but I feel like we should start, gathering on the shield. Because we only have, we have 4 PGs. I didn't even realize we have all of our PGs. But now we also have a front trigger and 2 critical triggers. Because we also have 4 grade 3s, which is not great. Do they Soul Blast? Okay, so they put Urianthe and Maximum into the order zone with the divine skill and operated Lubetzel to call a card off the top of the deck. And now they're using Farsight's skill. So Farsight's skill, you discard a card, search your deck for an order or a copy of your grade 3. And then you can place an order from your hand into the... I'm surprised. Okay, there it is. They operate another Lubetzel. It's a card into your soul. If you put a card counter charge... Okay, that's actually a really good card. If it's discarded, you get to energy charge 2 or soul counter charge 1. So now he's energy blasting 7 to draw a card. And now they're playing an Urianthe from hand. Not a bad move. Not a bad move. I would have went for another Maximum for a 5 attack turn, but that's just me. It looks like they're not going to be operating too many Maximums because they can't retire my rear guards anyway. Operating Maximum, okay. Minus 5k, retire. So I'll just no guard. Yeah, I'll no guard. Okay. This actually really makes me want to play Welstra and try out the new support, because I love Welstra. Another minus 5k. So they're at 15. So there's 18. Did he do it again? Okay. And now they're going for another attack. So this is 10k to my 2. If I guard with a trigger, that puts me up to 13, which is enough to guard. And now 23 to my 2. If I guard with 20k, that puts me at 18, which is not enough to guard. I'd have to guard with 2 cards. I will take the damage so I can get a 5 attack turn. Or, I mean, I would have got a 5 attack turn regardless for 1 counterblast, so maybe I should have perfect guarded and stayed low on damage, because now they're going to operate Orianthe next turn. I guess we'll see what happens. At least this way, if I get a heal trigger, speaking of which, they'll be live. So we'll Persona Ride, go to main phase. We'll call Raise Aonel. Raise Aonel's skill, Energy Blast 4, draw a card. That's a good card. Unfortunately, we don't have any orders to play this turn. That's fine. But let's see what else we can do. We have no boosters in our hand. We used up a lot of them. Maybe I should have left the Selgion on the board and used it this turn. I kind of want to get Ermac back to hand. So here's what we'll do. We're going to call this guy. We're going to go battle phase. We're going to go 23 at the van. Okay, then we're going to go 26 at the van. Alright. Skill. Counterblast 1, draw 1. We're going to call over Raise Aonel. Add to hand. This thing's going to gain plus 20k. Raise Aonel's skill. We're going to Soul Blast to 1. To stand. I know I said I wanted to get Ermac back, but it's fine. They're now going to Vanguard, so Twin Drive. First check. Second check. And we'll go critical to our Vanguard. Alright, then we're going to go 30k. I feel very, very safe. And then we're going to go 50k. Because, yeah. I took Tethfold out for a while, but she's just such a fantastic beater. Like, 50k, come on. And now she can't be retired, so we can get her back if we want to. We're going to have her again for next turn. Maybe I shouldn't have called the grade 0, because... No, we still have Raise Aonel, and we have Persona Ride. We're fine. So we can still get 5 attacks next turn. Alright, so he's discarding a card. Discarding the same grade 1. This is a new card. This one is one of the ones that got announced. They grabbed another Persona Ride. Now this is going to go to Soul. They're operating. So they played Betzel off of Farheight's skill, which let them countercharge. Now they're Energy Blasting 4. They're going to operate maximum. So minus 5 to me. And retiring my grade 0. And now their maximum doesn't cost a counterblast. This is why they should have put another maximum, because they could have easily got a 5 attack turn. But it's okay. Orianthe, okay. And I take a damage. Oh, at least there's that. We'll perfect guard this. I think I'm going to drop the Alden here. Ooh, a front trigger. That's cute. .38 skill. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. 33. Another minus 5k to me. So 30. This will put me to 18. Oh, 13. Oh, wait, no, I get my plus 5k shield. And then that puts me to 33. Sweet. And then this one, we roll Perfect Guard. And unfortunately, we will be discarding a trigger here. Alright. Now we gotta push through. Draw. Persona Ride. Draw. Raise AONL. Energy Blast 4. Ooh. Energy Blast 4. Draw. Damn, another trigger. I forgot to use this. Oh well, we'll use it now. Draw 2. Hey, look, we got our counter charge. This is going to be a 30k row, so we'll call it here. And we have to call 2, right? Draw 2 cards, choose 2. Okay, so we'll also call this one to get us another card in soul. So this is going to get... Oh, no, it won't get it. Unless we... Yeah, we'll have to do it like that. So we'll do it like this. Alright, so now we'll go 23 Van. And they took it. I'm assuming he's salty. But just so you guys can see what was actually going to happen, we would have swung 23. Then we would have swung with Teth Fault. Teth Fault would have gained power. So that's a huge column right there. Then we would have swung, we would have used skill. So we would have counterblasted, drew. We would have called another Raise Aonel over this one. So this would have returned to hand. Now it gains 10k off the Vanguard, 10k off our Raise Aonel. This gains 5k because we called a unit with our Vanguard skill. So now this guy's live for our counter charge. And then the Raise Aonel we bounce back would have Soul Blasted 1 to restand the Teth Fall, which is still at going to be a 30k attack. And then our Twin Drive, our front trigger, Jesus Christ. And then, yeah, we would have retired this guy, counter charge, 53, and another 40. So, yeah, and then look how much defense we still have. We still have all these triggers plus 2 more PGs. So even if he had another 4 attack turn, we would have been fine. This guy messed up by not using double Maximus as soon as he could. Alright guys, here's another look at the build I came up with. You guys saw how consistent it was. I was a little shaky on using the Order and the Teth Fault, but they give you such a boost to your early game, and because the Grey One is able to search out the Order off the top 5, it gives you a better chance of getting it. And we have decent resource management. It does take some thinking to really get a handle on those bounce backs, as well as which effects are going to go off in what order, so that way you attack in the proper order. It's a really interesting deck, and if you like a big brain deck, this is the one for you. And Alden as himself is just, he's fun. Like his skills are basic, but his interactions are really interesting. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think of Destined One Protection Alden. Let me know what kind of techs you guys are trying, and if you guys think I should try other cards. I've had a lot of great comments on some of my other videos where they've recommended me different things for different decks. I got a lot of really good ones on Levidras, because I don't know Stoatia at all. I know Keter a little bit better, but I'm still definitely not an expert, as I would say I am on Dragon Empire. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. If you guys want to check me out on social media, those links are down below. If you guys want to see me play with these decks live, or if you guys want to play me, I stream every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, either here on YouTube or over on twitch.tv/Zafikel, and I would love to have you guys. We usually have a great time. That is it from me, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.